Well, good morning, everybody. This is first in, I really don't know how many of these vlogs I'm going to do, but anyway, getting ready to go up to the coffee shop, have some coffee with my buddies. Beautiful morning, supposed to have a lot of rain later, so we'll see how that goes. Right now it looks pretty good. Got a lot of rain yesterday though, so, and I guess the forecast is lots of rain today too, so don't see it yet. I've got to periodically, this CarPlay device requires a repairing, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet, so I got to do that. But haven't really needed it yet, so but I know where I'm going most of the time. But of course, nice for if you need to go somewhere that you don't exactly know where it is. You just bring up Apple Maps or Google Maps or Waze or whatever. They all work with this, and use it for directions. Beautiful morning. A little bit cooler than it's been this morning. I don't know if all the fronts coming through in the last few days have cooled things off, but man, it was so hot. The last week or two. Holy moly. I mean, maybe the hottest late May, early June that I can remember since I've lived here. Since '84 anyway. And this weather here is a little bit more typical for this area this time of year. You have a lot of you start getting to the rainy season, you have a lot of afternoon thunderstorms, which tend to keep the temperature cooled off a little bit. Nice. Still experimenting a little bit with the camera and mic setup, although I think the audio is pretty well sorted. I've got the microphone gain or transmitter gain as low as it'll go on the camera, which is at minus 12 dB. So it really can't go much lower than that, or any lower than that. So, I'm experimenting this morning with the Action 4, the DJI Action 4 on Horizon Steady, as opposed to Rocksteady Plus. This is the Horizon balancing setup. So, hopefully the field of view isn't too narrow for it to be useful. I guess we'll see when we edit the videos. Yeah, it's on a morning like this when I really appreciate not having to be confined by the pressures of a job. It's really nice being retired. being able to kind of goof off and, you know, go have coffee or whatever, you know. It's really a very nice feeling. I'm still in the I can't believe I get to be retired phase of my life. Let's see if I can make this light. This guy doesn't turn in front of me. Thank you very much for waiting. Go on, make up your mind. What you gonna do? I guess you're gonna go back the other way. This is a routine for me. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we a bunch of us get together and meet for coffee at, in this particular case, at the Target, the Starbucks at the Target up here. On Monday mornings, we usually meet at a actual sit-down breakfast place. The Cozy Corner. That's where we go on Mondays, and then on Fridays there's a place, pastry shop in Cocoa Village, which is just right over the bridge in Cocoa, and it's called the French Delight. It's a French pastry shop, and we usually go there. So we got 3 places that we go for coffee, but most of the time it's up here at Target. This car, come on, smart car. I'm not yet seen a quote smart unquote car that whose drivers were very very aggressive. As a rule, they tend to be kind of I don't know, conservative, I guess is the best way to. I'm sure that's not true for every smart car driver, but it just seems like the ones that I see are. You don't see them exceeding the speed limit, even when the speed limit's pretty low. Yeah, you know, that's nothing wrong with that, I guess. I mean, you can't fault someone for obeying the speed limit. Speed limit's there for a reason. I personally think that sometimes things other than sound engineering decisions govern speed limit decisions. I think political and influential campaign or officials that live on the street can make speed limit decisions, maybe not always purely an engineering decision, but most of the times there's a good reason for speed limits. You have to be very judicious about exceeding speed limit, you know. I mean, it has to be a calculated, okay, there's no traffic here, it's early in the morning, there's no children, you know. If you're going to do that, I mean, yeah, we all speed at some point, but there needs to be it needs to be something that's not casually done. This person here certainly isn't taking any chances. Don't let it get away from you. Wonderful. I like going through these corners, but I'm not going to be able to do it this morning. And we are here. Oh, you left me a parking spot. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Through with coffee. It was delicious. So now we're headed back home, see if we can beat the rain. I would appreciate it if you'd stayed in your own lane. My friend Mark up there on his BMW 900. He was one of our coffee group members. Interesting how the discussion goes at these coffee group. We can talk about everything. Sometimes my wife will ask me, what do you guys talk about? And I say, well, honestly, anything and everything. This morning we got into talking about agriculture and farm machines. And I was telling them about a YouTube video I saw last night about a NEXAT, I believe it's pronounced Nexat machine. It was a German machine that was being demoed at some farm in Nebraska, and it was and what they call an 18-row, wasn't a tractor exactly. It could do the job of a tractor, but it could also be a planter, a sprayer, a harvester, and who knows what else, but the thing was super wide and had a cab on it that swung out at the end of a hydraulic arm, like a bubble that would swing back and forth depending on the joystick around the front of the thing, the back. That's where you operated the machine from. You go up and down, sideways, rotate. Pretty amazing. $2.7 million. I believe you'd have to sell a lot of corn to pay for something like that. This guy's moving along pretty good, unlike a lot of work trucks who seem to move quite slowly. He's moving pretty good. Those of you who know Merritt Island realize that I'm not specifically don't ride on Courtney Parkway or State Road 3 if I have a choice, because simply because of the traffic and the number of entrances and exits to that road make it far more dangerous to ride on. So if I have a choice, I try to go up and down this road, which is called North Tropical Trail, and it's just less traffic, less chances to get involved in a confrontation or an accident with a cager, which of course bikers always lose. So I just as soon not getting involved with that. I don't want to be on the pavement. Haven't been on the pavement yet. And I'd like to stay off the pavement. Always a good ideal or ambition if you're riding a motorcycle. A little low on gas, or starting to get a little low. This motorcycle gets outstanding fuel economy. I average, as you can see, about between 62 and 66 miles a gallon in town. And on the highway, this thing will get well in excess of 70, which for a 750 cc engine is just, in my opinion, outstanding. One of the lots of good things about this bike that I like. The other thing, of course, is this being a front trunk or a frunk any day now. On the home stretch here. You know, I guess I kind of take for granted being able to live in this beautiful place, but it sure is nice not having to deal, at least on a routine basis, with the traffic and overpopulation issues that a lot of the bigger places in this country have. Every time I go to Orlando, I come back here and I think, thank goodness I live in Merritt Island. You know, we're close enough to Orlando, places like that, where you can go there without too much trouble, about a 45-minute drive, to go shopping or out to eat or go to Disney or whatever. But then you get to come back and live in this, particularly South Merritt Island. I mean, you see it's still a lot of agricultural heritage, slow drivers. Come on, buddy. Pick it up. At least drive the speed limit. Speed limit's 35, okay? At least drive that. But you can see the area is really pretty. It's, you know, at least this part of the island, fairly low density housing. Gets a little higher density in some areas, but for the most part, there's still a lot of, you almost could call it semi-rural in some areas. This guy keeps putting on his brakes. Come on. There's no telling what this guy's going to do. I guess, yeah, he's looking for a street. And I've been there. Sometimes when you don't know where you're going and you're not familiar with the area, you got to kind of take it slow so you can read the street signs. I get it. Now, get back to the NC750 here. I'll tell you, this, to me, this is just about the perfect bike. It, the combination of riding comfort, handling, ergonomics, you know, especially with the Madstad engineering windshield replacement, which this is the Madstad system is much more comfortable and less buffeting. But you know, just the bike in general, particularly the front trunk, which I absolutely love. It would be difficult for me to buy another bike that didn't have this. It really would. I mean, it's so useful for so many things, carrying things, you know, groceries, you know, a trip to the fast food place or Chinese restaurant. You can take out, you can put it in here. It's just incredibly useful. Well, made it home without getting rained on. And we'll wrap this up. Home again, home again.